It's a rail industry principle that seems obvious, but is not always a reality.
Anytime you can keep two trains apart, it's better for everybody.
Henry Stoppelkamp is with RTD Denver, the first transit agency in the U.S. to integrate something called positive train control, or PTC, into the construction of a rail line. PTC, he says, almost guarantees two trains won't run into each other.
If we recognize that those trains are going to share blocks at any given time, we have the ability through positive train control to either reduce or bring that train to a complete stop before any kind of an event occurs.
Events like this crash in the U.S. state of South Carolina earlier this month. An Amtrak passenger train traveling on the wrong track slammed into a stationary freight train, killing two people. The accident, and one involving a speeding train in Washington state in December, killing three, are the types of situations PTC, which relies on a combination of GPS, wireless radio signals, and onboard computers to track trains, is designed to prevent.
And if that train is not exactly where it's supposed to be at that given time, the onboard will kick in and actually physically downgrade that train without the operator's assistance.
It was a head-on crash between a commuter train and a freight train in California in 2008 that first led U.S. lawmakers to order railroads to install PTC. But a 2015 deadline for implementation was pushed back to the end of this year, and that may not be realistic either. PTC is the norm across Europe, China, Japan, even parts of India and Africa. But the system is complicated and very expensive.
You think of some of these big railroads when they got thousands of locomotives, each locomotive has to be equipped.
To be able to apply PTC to 250,000 miles of trackway across the United States, you're into probably the trillions of dollars.
According to the U.S. Federal Railroad Administration, 24% of passenger tracks and 45% of freight tracks currently operate PTC. A recent Associated Press study estimated 300 rail-related deaths could have been prevented over a 46-year period had PTC been in effect.
Yes, we lose sleep over this.
RTD Denver's Alan Miller says railroads have become much safer over the years and that PTC will only help in that regard.
I think overall it has potential to really help the industry and the public.
The aim is to make PTC a reality across the United States. Railroads still have a ways to go before they arrive at that goal. Hendrik, Sybrandy, CGTN, Denver.